These are 7 large catamarans, boats ranging from 42 to 60 feet that one person can actually sail alone. Not because they're small and simple, but because modern technology has completely changed what's possible for the solo sailor. The rule held firm for decades. If you wanted to sail alone, you needed a small boat, and anything over 35 feet required crew. Electric winches, self-tacking jibs, and intelligent autopilot systems have rewritten that entirely. A competent sailor can now safely manage a 47-foot catamaran offshore, something that would have been considered reckless just 20 years ago. Between 40 and 45 feet sits the sweet spot for solo sailing. That's large enough for serious blue water passages and comfortable living, yet manageable without exhausting yourself. Beyond 50 feet, boats become increasingly demanding, though exceptional engineering can push that boundary to 60 feet for experienced sailors with deep pockets. Here are the 7 best large catamarans for solo sailing in 2025, starting with number 7. Coming in at number 7 is the Seawind 1600 from Australia, a 52-foot performance passage maker designed by Reichel Pugh, the same naval architects behind super maxi racing yachts. Seawind has spent over 35 years building offshore catamarans, delivering more than 700 boats in that time. Their track record tells you everything: no rig failures and no capsizes across the entire fleet. That kind of safety record matters when you're sailing alone. Light displacement sits at 28,600 pounds, and retractable carbon fiber dagger boards define the hull design. Boards up, you're drawing just 2 feet 1 inch, perfect for shallow anchorages. Drop them down, and you get 8.5 feet of draft for serious upwind performance. Speed potential reaches the high teens to 20+ knots on a broad reach, cruises at 6.5 knots upwind, and hits 8 to 9 knots under power. Twin protected helm stations feature dual seats letting you sit half in, half out of the weather, with all lines led back to the cockpit. The main halyard runs to a central aft pod equipped with an electric Harken winch and remote buttons specifically for single-handing. Self-tacking jib deployment happens easily, and the furling line runs in a tube along the port side, exceptionally neat and tangle-free. Expect to pay approximately $850,000 to $900,000 at base, with a delivered boat to the US costing around $1.2 million. Production moved from Australia to Vietnam to stay competitive, though the Australian design expertise remains unchanged. Number 6 challenges. Everything we think we know about solo sailing limits. The Outremer 5X stretches 60 feet, and the manufacturer explicitly states it's the largest cruising catamaran that can be easily handled by 2 people, or in the right conditions, by 1. Weight holds the secret. Light means fast. Fast means fun. That's Outremer's philosophy. Their catamarans weigh roughly half what competitors weigh, and the 5X displaces just 32,600 pounds light. Charter catamarans of similar size tip the scales at twice that much. La Grande Motte, France, saw the founding of Outremer back in 1984, and performance built their reputation. Multiple AARC transatlantic rallies and Ostar races bear their name in the winners column. Grand Large Yachting now owns the brand, along with Gunboat. 4 helm stations set the 5X apart from everything else on this list. 2 steering wheels plus 2 carbon tillers deliver what the company calls exceptional steering feel and increased adaptability. That controlled sail area combined with small displacement allows 2 people to handle this 60-footer in all circumstances. Sail inventory includes a 125 square meter main, a 74 square meter self-tacking jib, and an optional 190 square meter gennaker. Twin 75 horsepower diesels provide backup. Draft measures just 3 feet 9 inches with boards up, extending to 8 feet 7 inches with boards down. Best European boat at the Düsseldorf show in 2013 went to this design. Pricing starts around €2 million ex-tax, roughly $2.2 million, with equipped boats approaching $2.5 million. Leopard takes the number 5 spot with their 46, the replacement for the acclaimed Leopard 45, and this one brings hybrid electric capability to the equation. Marketing copy rarely gets this direct. Leopard states that this catamaran features a protected helm station designed for offshore single-handed sailing. No ambiguity there. Robertson and Kane builds these boats in Cape Town, South Africa, operating as the largest catamaran builder in the Southern Hemisphere. Approximately 200 catamarans leave their facility annually, produced by over 2,000 workers. More than 3,000 cats have shipped worldwide through their exclusive partnership with Moorings and Sunsail. 45 feet 7 inches defines the length, extending to 47 feet 6 inches with the lifting platform deployed. Beam spans 24 feet 1 inch, displacement registers 38,925 pounds, and sail area reaches 1,512 square feet. Every sail control line leads to electric winches at the helm, operated by foot switches, meaning you're not cranking anything by hand. Standard power comes from twin 45 horsepower Yanmars with an optional 57 horsepower upgrade available. Here's where it gets interesting. Twin 25 kilowatt electric hybrid motors offer regeneration under sail starting at 4 knots. A forward watertight door from the saloon provides safe foredeck access without climbing around the outside of the boat. Protected helm station placement under a hardtop keeps you comfortable during long watches. Pricing lands approximately 700,000 to 900,000 euros, translating to roughly $760,000 to $980,000. Before continuing the countdown, let's talk about why these specific features keep appearing. Electric winches, self-tacking jibs, autopilots, these aren't luxury items for solo sailors, they're necessities. Electric winches allow one person to trim any size sail with a button push, and that changes everything on a large catamaran. Leopard makes an Evo series with a self-driving feature connecting 2 winches, one backwinds, while the other takes in slack when tacking, all at the touch of a single button. Self-tacking jibs eliminate the need to release and trim sheets during tacks, a major workload reduction. The trade-off worth knowing. Self-tacking jibs cannot be backwinded to help push the bow through the wind during tacks. Some manufacturers deliberately choose overlapping genoas instead, relying on electric winches to manage the sheets while getting better light air performance. Modern autopilots deserve credit for revolutionizing solo sailing. Raymarine Evolution uses AI to automatically optimize settings without human intervention, and B&G H5000 offers advanced modes including gust response, recovery, and high wind response. One experienced circumnavigator put it this way: 2 decades ago, he would have recommended wind vane self-steering for ocean crossings. Yet in the past 5 years, he sailed more than 20,000 miles, relying solely on electronic pilots, whether double-handed or solo. The test that matters for any large catamaran. Can you reach all controls without leaving the helm? If you can't, the boat is either too big or needs serious modification. Number 4 goes to the Bali 4.2, a boat that represents genuine innovation in catamaran design. A solid foredeck replaces traditional trampoline nets, and that's the signature Bali feature. What that creates is a stable platform for safe movement and an accessible forward cockpit, both of which change everything for solo sailors who must move around the deck alone. No more stepping on bouncy netting while trying to handle ground tackle. 42 feet 1 inch overall length. Pairs with a 23-foot 2-inch beam. Displacement ranges from 25,000 to 36,000 pounds depending on load. Standard sail area measures 968 square feet, expandable to 1,259 square feet maximum upwind, and the self-tacking jib alone spans 35 square meters. Catamaran Guru assessed that the Bali 4.2 hits the sweet spot for single-handed sailing, balancing size, innovation, and solo-friendly systems. Tanna Group owns Bali, a French company established in 1984, now employing over 1,300 people across 4 production sites. The Bali line launched in 2014. Where many competitors use balsa core construction, Bali chooses closed-cell PVC foam core, which runs stronger and lighter. Flybridge helm design accommodates 1 or 2 people comfortably, with winch controls accessible from the helm position. A forward cockpit connects via an interior watertight door, letting you move forward without climbing around on deck. Hydraulic operation of the Bali door integrates the cockpit and saloon seamlessly. Base pricing starts around 489,000 euros, approximately $530,000, with equipped boats running around 650,000. The 2024 Sailing World Boat of the Year takes the number 3 position, and the HH44 proves that high performance and solo capability can coexist in the same hull. Catamarans launched in 2012 backed by a $35 million initial facility investment. Morelli and Melvin signed on as designers, the same firm renowned for America's cup boats and the original gunboats. Transoms up, the HH44 measures 46.7 feet, extending to 49.7 feet with transoms down. Bridge deck clearance exceeds 31.5 inches, far more than production catamarans, which reduces slamming in waves. Salon area spans 187 square feet. Carbon fiber construction with epoxy resins forms the hull. EcoDrive parallel hybrid propulsion pairs 10 kilowatt electric motors with diesel. 4,232 watts of integrated solar tops off the energy system. Cruising World's assessment deserves attention. This model does not require a professional captain or crew because simplicity and owner-operator considerations are prevalent throughout the boat. Swing helms rotate inboard and outboard for visibility and weather protection. Underdeck line routing keeps walkways clear. Push-button traveler controls and electric winches come standard. C-shaped carbon dagger boards provide serious upwind performance. The forward-facing nav station offers excellent visibility, and folding transoms increase safety at sea. Ocean cruising versions start at $995,000, optioning out around $1.3 million. Sport cruiser versions start at $1.45 million, typically reaching $1.6 million equipped. Number 2 belongs to the Lagoon 42 Millennium, quite simply the world's best-selling large catamaran. Over 1,000 units sold, and that number keeps climbing. 1,000 of these boats sailing the world's oceans means proven reliability, easy parts availability, and a massive owner community to learn from. Lagoon's founding dates to 1984, and Group Beneteau now owns the brand. Over 7,000 catamarans have left their facilities in total, with the 7,000th celebrated in 2024. Mast-aft design became their signature starting in 2012, positioning the boom closer to the cockpit so all mainsail operations become manageable by one person. 43 feet 4 inches defines the length, 25 feet 3 inches the beam. Displacement sits approximately 22,000 pounds, sail area measures 1,011 square feet, and twin 45-horsepower Yanmars provide auxiliary power. Standard equipment includes a self-tacking jib, the major advantage for solo work. Side helm station placement provides direct deck access. Explicit design intent, a couple or even a solo sailor can manage the mainsail. One consideration worth noting, the self-tacking jib cannot be backwinded, making it harder to push through tacks when momentum is lost. Building speed before tacking solves this, and the square-top mainsail option provides better drive. Sail Magazine awarded it Best Multi-Hull 41 to 50 feet, and Cruising World gave it Boat of the Year honors. Base pricing starts around €499,000, approximately $545,000, with equipped boats running $650,000 or more. The number 1 large catamaran for solo sailing is the Fountaine Peugeot Tanna 47, winner of the 2023 Cruising World Boat of the Year. A revolutionary helm station design earns it the top position, separating the helm from the winches, which proves critical for solo operation. A dedicated control pod sits forward of the helm, bringing all lines within reach, while Lumar electric winches with foot switch operation sit at the helm itself. 45 feet 8 inches overall length pairs with a 25-foot 3-inch beam. 29,400 pounds of displacement supports 1,388 square feet of sail area. Draft measures just 3 feet 11 inches. 2 Olympic-caliber sailors founded Fontaine Pajot in 1976, Jean-François Fontaine and Olympic medalist Yves Pajot. Over 4,000 catamarans have shipped since 1983, and the company pioneered resin injection and infusion construction. Net carbon neutral by 2030 stands as their stated goal. 120% overlapping Genoa replaces the self-tacking jib on this design, a deliberate choice for better light air performance. Genoa track length nearly doubles that of its predecessor. 3 winches sit at the helm station, autopilot positioning at the right hand allows easy access, and the mid-level helm provides excellent sightlines to all 4 corners of the boat. Integrated solar reaches up to 1,700 watts. CE Category A certification confirms ocean crossing capability. Cruising World's assessment, the boat was easy to sail solo, but there was room for the crew to jump in and help when they wanted to. Punch the autopilot and step into the pod to make adjustments. It's simple and elegant. Base pricing runs 722,000 to 738,000 euros, approximately $790,000 to $808,000. Well-equipped examples approach 1.1 million. 7 large catamarans, and each one proves that big and easy no longer have to be contradictions. 46% of sailors surveyed wouldn't feel comfortable sailing a catamaran larger than 40 feet solo, and experts suggest 45 to 50 feet is the practical upper limit without major modifications. The boats covered today, through electric winches, thoughtful helm station design, and intelligent automation, have expanded what's possible for the solo sailor. The current market actually favors buyers. Wait times during 2020 through 2022 extended to 3 to 5 years with bidding wars on used boats. Today looks different. Market times average 180 days, 70% of listings show at least one price reduction, and the list-to-sale price gap sits at 3.5%. Depreciation on well-branded catamarans runs approximately 10% in year 1, 5 to 7% annually for years 2 through 4, then settles to about 2% per year after that. Annual maintenance costs land between 5 and 10% of boat value. For anyone considering this path, remember the test that matters. Hop in the cockpit of your desired catamaran and try grabbing the lines on either side alone. If you can do it, and the boat has the right automation, you might just be looking at your next blue water home. The solo catamaran revolution isn't about removing the need for skill. It's about making competent single-handing possible on boats that provide genuine ocean capability and comfortable living. Fair winds.